Elliott cuts back. Zeke, touchdown.
And has played a lot more mature than that. First and goal. Elliott right up the middle, waiting for a signal touchdown. To the half, they put Norman on Bryant on the opposite side for the first time all game. Elliott gets a good kick-out block, and Ezekiel Elliott rolling inside the 25. And he is down to the 22. It's a run of 21.
But that's every year. That's every year. From the 29-yard line. Elliott to the outside. Look at that. Well, we talked about the hurdles. Yep, he won the 110-meter hurdles and the 300 hurdles. And here he wins the 14-yard hurdles. Off the fake, under pressure, sets up the screen. Here goes Elliott again. And Elliott all the way down the sideline inside the 25-yard line before Tracy Porter.
Very different looking linebacker group now. Here's Elliott breaking loose into 49er territory. 23-yard carry by Ezekiel Elliott. Going in, 2nd and 3. Elliott left side. Leary with a block. Elliott springs loose inside the 35.
I think what they've done these first 4 or 5 plays, Jim, they're showing you they respect this defensive line. They want to keep them off balance.
Go with Elliott. Pass Michael Johnson, and a whole lot more to the 21. Just outside the 10. And Elliott takes it home for the touchdown.
From the 40, their first drive of the second half.
Begins with Elliott breaking it into the secondary, and it's a foot race, and he will not be touched.
Under such scrutiny, the spotlight is on him every week. Played a lot of football in college too.
Screen pass, Elliott hurdles and kicks it to the 20.
Did not match up well against his Packers front.
Play fake to Elliott. He can catch it out of the backfield. And he has another first down. On this opening possession of the second half. And now the Cowboys on offense give it to Ezekiel Elliott. And Elliott stiff arms and then shoved to the turf. But all the way inside the 25. Let's go back to the interception a moment ago. Now below 5 minutes. And we'll see a whole boatload of Ezekiel Elliott now. Still on his feet inside the 40, to the 30. Elliott to the outside, dragged down to the 21-yard line. And for Elliott, that will be his 4th consecutive game of over 130 rushing yards. They can't let the Cowboys get up to a fast start. Dallas has outscored the opponents 37-10 in the first quarter. But a 3rd and 9 here, and he flared out to Elliott, and Elliott is able to gain yardage after contact, as he so aptly does, and picks up the first down.
Started practicing a little bit this week, and tough spot.
Yeah, we'll delve into that in a minute. As through the middle goes Elliott to set up a first down and goal. The league's leading rusher on a pace to set the all-time rookie rushing record.
Headache waiting to happen.
You mean they're bringing back the wide 9?
I might see a little bit of that.
2nd and 10. And that's a 9-yard pickup for Elliott as he takes it to the 37-yard line. They bring in a fullback. It's Keith Smith. And they're going to go play action and flare it out to the running back. Elliott breaks away, goes down the sidelines. Boom, goes to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. So the penalty moves them back to the Philly 43. Elliott now to the outside, gets around the corner, gets by McElvin. Another hurdle job. And that should be close to a first down. Went over Rodney McLeod that time.
Fun environment for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Doing it at that spectacular facility in Frisco. Through the middle, running hard as he always does, is Ezekiel Elliott for a 12-yard gain and into Philadelphia territory. Bring Witten in as the extra protector. And then it's flared out to Elliott, and Elliott
will take the ball very close to a first down.
November of 2008 against the Giants. This is Elliott sniffing the end zone. And did he get there? Officials talking about it. Still talking about it. Made 127 regular season starts for the Dallas Cowboys. He's won 78 of them. As Elliott breaks it to the outside, and it's a gain of 12 on first down.
The speed really came from Mom, even though dads were both football players.
Elliott again to the inside. And he's inside the 10. That'll be a gain of 16 by Elliott.
But back-to-back plays where you're lined up in the neutral zone, that just doesn't make any sense at all.
Elliott. And he will find the end zone again.
Created an extra running lane that Prescott took advantage of.
So first down at midfield, they fake it to Elliott, and they throw it to Elliott. He takes a shot, bounces off a tackle, unbelievably turns it into nearly a 6-yard gain. Their team today, and I don't mean, on injured reserve or something like that. Just cut back to the inside by Elliott, still on his feet, dragging tacklers inside the 5, close to another first down.
As the Cowboys have 2nd and 18. Setting up a screen for Elliott with blocking. Huge play. Elliott into Steeler territory. Down the sideline. And in for the touchdown. No flags. Play action. Prescott now dumps it off to Elliott. First down and more. And the clock will continue to wind as Elliott with a catch and run of 12. Elliott starts right, cuts it upfield. Touchdown Dallas. 15 yards here. It's Elliott. For the touchdown! No flags! Cowboys lead! 9 seconds left.
Williams in motion for Dallas. Elliott to the outside. Elliott streaks for a first down. Defense was like a shield. Eventually, if you keep attacking it, you will break the shield. On first down, Prescott. Check it down to Elliott. Hurdles! Elliott out of bounds. He went over 5'9". Tavon Young. Prescott from the gun. Puts a pass underneath. Asking Elliott to clear it out for the catch. He will. Elliott turns it upfield. Drives forward towards midfield and a first down.
Here's Elliott. How's his Thanksgiving so far? First down inside the 25. And he shoved Will Compton away on his way to a 12-yard run. Zone manning the stats. Young Jack Spida riding shotgun. Here's Elliott. Finally gets loose after that first drive. They had shut him down, but not here. 21 yards brought down by Mason Foster. 100 more total yards put up by Washington. 21-yard run by Elliott, and here he is over the middle. Cuts back, and he's down near the 35.
Crowd roaring, only a 3-man rush, set up a screen here, and this is Elliott, and Elliott gives him a lot of breathing room. The clock down a little bit. And that's that guy right there. Elliott swings to the outside, off he goes. Zeke Elliott tackled from behind at the 24-yard line by Kendricks. And now it's Elliott through the middle. Goes right through that narrow crease and gets to the 30-yard line for a first down on a gain of 13. Boy, have they had some run this season. Start now with Elliott around the left side, and he gets forced out of bounds by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Stairs tonight. Lucky Whitehead is in the slot to the left side on first down. Big hole for Elliott, and then he leaps for another 4 or 5 yards for a first down. He says, feed me, feed me.
Now have some early touches to get them going.
And Prescott is 6 for 6. 7 for 7 now. Elliott with a blocker out in front and seeks that first down. Zach Martin, big number 70, was there to help pave the way for him, including the last 3 years. Second down and goal. Elliott into the end zone.
That's in there.
Elliott has now rushed for 57 yards. How many more here? Nice little hurdle move. A lot more. And out of bounds, he's forced at the 45-yard line. Prescott is 31 of 35. Big hole. Elliott off to the races. Into Tampa territory. And finally forced out of bounds by Keith Tandy.
Over his last 2 seasons at Mississippi State. And for a while he had the Bulldogs #1 in the country. Here's Elliott into the secondary. Glover Quinn trying to run him down and running out of time. It's a touchdown for Elliott. He's done very well in previous matchups head-to-head against Bryant. The screen after the fake. Elliott stayed on his feet. Great balance. Elliott turns the corner. Touchdown, Dallas.
You know, there's no question that Romo gives them an opportunity for more big plays. So does this guy. Ezekiel Elliott. Down by 15. They hand to Zeke. And Ezekiel Elliott out across the 45. Ezekiel Elliott getting a block from Bryce Butler out on the edge. Gets 9. It's not filling the proper gap. They did move the ball back. You saw where Elliott stepped out. Now he's right up the gut to the 40. And this ground game, eventually they can wear you down. At the 15. Elliott. Oh, what a move! Wow, went right around Clay Matthews.
From New York, Los Angeles, and Nashville. I hope we can stop reading those promos pretty soon. It's been crazy. As Elliott takes it around the left side, and that will be a first down, a 10-yard pickup for Zeke.
And help those other receivers get some opportunities.
2nd and 6. Elliott swings to the outside. Puts his shoulder down and bulldozes his way to a first down. Here come the Giants. There's a screen. Elliott doesn't even need any blocking to get to the 32-yard line.
Arizona defense.
Rod Smith in at fullback. Now Ezekiel Elliott blasts through the hole. Finally loose. And he's wrestled down by Patrick Peterson. At Ohio State, Urban Meyer used to rave about the effort that he put in the blocking. As a featured back. Now he's putting a lot of effort into running. And Tyrann Mathieu saved a touchdown. But the Cowboys are starting to get their groove back on offense. That's a 20-yard run. He doesn't miss anything. First and goal from the 8. Elliott, a little hesitation and a touchdown.
That's a clinic on how to run the football.
And Terrence Williams going the other way. Elliott on the reception. Slips through, dives for the end zone. It's a touchdown, Cowboys. They'll take a closer look, but that lunge by Elliott was the difference.
Toss to Elliott, who really has not gotten going. His best of the day. Down in midfield.
Their last 2 games. 11 drives in the red zone with 10 touchdowns. Elliott back-to-back big carries. And stumbles down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, Dallas. Elliott checks back in the game, and they put it in his hands. Ezekiel Elliott to the 10, the 5. And for a second time, Elliott to the end zone. Boy, thank you. First down, and they give it to Elliott, who had a monster opening quarter. And he's up to the 45-yard line on Tuesday night, game 1 of the World Series. Taking one way, throw it the other way to Ezekiel Elliott. He races down the sideline inside the 20. Back to the inside. Are you kidding me?
Was expected when you're coming in against a team that's 0-6.
Elliott cuts it back to the inside, and he'll run out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's another first down.
We're sure happy to see all the old-timers back here at this stadium.
Elliott for a first down. You know, you look at these two franchises, though, Troy, and you are a huge part of this. Elliott to the end zone, a touchdown for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott into the secondary. And that is a first down to the 32-yard line for Ezekiel Elliott.
Learns it and does some of the things that Cole Beasley's able to do.
Well, he's going to get his most playing time as Elliott, again, keeps churning those yards. He's gone up over 100 yards now.
Last year decorated with a first-team All-Pro designation. Elliott jumps through the hole. Goes down to the 27. Picks up the first down. Tackled by Hali. Gain of 8. They're in goal line personnel. It's Elliott in for the touchdown.
Without Richard Sherman and without Cam Chancellor. Elliott right side. Play gets strung out, and Elliott plows ahead for a first down. The last couple of weeks for the Cowboys, they've been in the playoffs now on their 4th game. Here's Elliott with a first down carry. Elliott. And that's what he does better than just about anybody.
On the 12-yard line, it's Elliott. Cuts to the outside. Gets past Sidney Jones. And then is forced out of bounds after picking up a Cowboys first down at the 28, a gain of 16. All right, thanks, Christina. Cowboys start from the 23. Ezekiel Elliott, first down and more. Elliott in the first half, only 28 yards. They combined for 23 points after that. As Prescott sets up the screen, it's Elliott. And he takes it all the way to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Elliott right side, cuts it upfield, and there's his best of the day. First down, Dallas.
Maybe he can body somebody up, but I like that last run they had.
High snap. Option, Elliott. Touchdown.
That time stood firm in the pocket and found his guy.
Prescott starts 3 for 3. And hands it to Elliott to the outside. He goes with a ton of room. Collins chasing him down and hog ties him. But not before he picks up a big gain of 20 yards. First down at the 44-yard line. Elliott bursts through, gets into the second level, inside the 30, and taken out from behind at the 25-yard line by Curtis Riley. Less than 6 to play. And Elliott all the way in. Touchdown.
They had to call a timeout earlier because of some confusion, but they just got the right play against the right coverage.
Here's Elliott left side, trying to get him going, and there's his biggest of the day out to the 40. Yards per pass attempt under 2 for the Cowboys. They want more of this. Zeke sticks his left hand in the face of Earl Thomas. First down play by the Cowboys. Thomas was one of the 2 takeaways today for this Seahawks defense. They start with Elliott on the ground, and a nice cutback. Adds to a big day coming off that fumble, which was the 7th career fumble.
or a sack, however you want to rule it, but that's not the case. It's a penalty and it's a big one. And now they're going to set it up to Elliott. Tries to get to the edge. Does so. Ezekiel Elliott on his way. Diving. Touchdown. Right side, number 10. Play action. Prescott looking the other way. Somebody's helmet's off. They get into Elliott in the flat. Makes a good strong cut. Bounces off defenders. And in this third quarter. And they will run it out of the jumbo formation. Elliott breaks through. Uh-oh! Ezekiel Elliott puts in the shoulder in the high step and inside the 25. A 40.
Threw that old soup bone on you.
I wouldn't have gotten open on you, I can tell you that. First and 10 for Dallas. And it's Elliott again. A big call. Elliott leaping over Lions to midfield. They need about 20 more yards for a field goal try. Prescott gonna let it fly. He's got Elliott. And he's got it!
Is 6 out of 7 for 97 yards, but Elliott has been held to 1 yard. 4 carries, but this time he's able to get around the corner. He'll pick up a first down. And
that's in his DNA. He likes that. The coach just watched a 3rd and 1 that got stuffed and lost yards.
There's Elliott. Able to peel off a nice run out near the 50 behind Connor Williams.
Are you doing that because Dallas is snapping the football?
I know you are. Here's Elliott. Elliott into the secondary and rumbles down to the 10-yard line. Thing with all these replays. Here we go. Starting the quarter. Hand off to Elliott, and he is in for the touchdown.
Full 45. Packers taking care of business against the Steelers. This is off the fumble recovery. They go with the screen, and here goes Zeke, speeding down the sideline, keeping his balance, and diving inside the 1. Let's see where they're going to mark him here.
Prescott's hit 7 different receivers. Elliott. Big hole, hurdle inside the 20, loses his balance, but he gets inside the 10 for a 1st and goal. Went right over. The military folks in attendance tonight here in Philadelphia. Coverage from Skycam here. Start with a 14-yard run by Zeke Elliott for a 1st down.
Here we go. That's a pretty good start.
Cody's done a nice job against the Frederick this year. Elliott again. Elliott off to the races again inside the 30, and then Jenkins is able to dislodge the ball but out of bounds. So Zeke Elliott, 3rd and 2. High snap, tosses back to Elliott. He'll turn it upfield, picks up a 1st down and a lot more to the 47-yard line.
So if he wants to throw one to Amari Cooper one-on-one, he has it.
And Sullivan, the rookie, is on Cooper. Meanwhile, the pass is caught by Elliott for a touchdown. So Zeke Elliott doing the bulk of the work on the ground and now catches one for a touchdown.
Formação em I aqui. O Ezekiel Elliott é o running back. Recebe a bola e vai para a endzone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys! O segundo touchdown do Ezekiel Elliott.
Downs have been 3rd and short more. That helps. And here's Prescott to throw it here. Looking to set up a screen. Elliott's got room. Ezekiel Elliott, look out! Inside the 20.
Pressure on Matt Ryan that's helping us to neutralize some of the guys outside.
Oh, that's for sure. And here's Elliott. Nice move and the patient runner. Got Hurst on that last play. Elliott doesn't care. He breaks 3 into the end zone. Touchdown.
That he can run with at 220-plus pounds.
Here he is for a 1st down and more. Touchdown, Cowboys. He wants to jump in. Instead, he'll just make a donation to the Red Cross.
Okay.
So, erster Versuch um 10. Fast schon in der Red Zone. Swing Pass zu Elliott, der 1-1. Oh, da hat er mal den Mason Foster mit dem Stiffarm beiseite geschafft.
Longest reception in 3.5 games is just 24 yards.
Hand off to Elliott. Good cutback into Washington territory.
Weekly from Amari Cooper.
Pretty good fake. Here is Elliott. The fake has everything to do with this. To the 20. Little sleight of hand by 2nd and 12 now. Trying to set up a screen. They do. Elliott, touchdown, Dallas. On first down, Elliott cuts back. Inside the 30, inside the 25. His biggest of the night.
Example of it. That's where the Saints were good at limiting the yards after contact.
How about that hole for Ezekiel Elliott out across the 35?
A tabela acaba ajudando o jogo terrestre. Precisa de um passe longo.
Elliott, first down e mais. E mais pro Dallas Cowboys. É impressionante a segurança, né?
Some of it's been a lot of fun, but you never know how far it's going to be taken.
Here's a toss to Elliott. Tyron Smith in front of him. Wow, what a hit.
On second down, Prescott pressure up the middle. He's in trouble, sees Elliott, hits him, good decision. Leaps over a Colt at midfield, and he's got a first down. Here's a little give to Elliott. A lot of room. Ezekiel Elliott gets a block. First down and then some. Inside the 35 and all the way down to the 31-yard line.
Elliott again gets to the edge. Another first down for Dallas. Forced out by Elliott, right side. Looked like he got enough for a first down. Running a minute 13 left. Elliott bouncing. Ezekiel Elliott down inside the 25. Anxious moments, anxious here in Arlington as Elliott gets in to definitively put Dallas back on top. Coming up on 3.5 left. Elliott, Griffin can't bring him down. Elliott stays in bounds and has another first down. Second down and 5. Here's a cutback. What a run by Elliott. Wow. That is a big man that just shifted, made a move on it. Elliott again, pounds it in. Touchdown Dallas. And the early call by
Grundgeschwindigkeit, die hat, die du als Safety dir irgendwann mal aneignest, die ihm jetzt in die Karten spielt. So, Pass auf Elliott. Und da ist sie, die O-Line, und blockt. Und das reicht für einen neuen ersten Versuch. Und da zeigt es an, Feed Me.
Elliott gets in on the fun. Touchdown Dallas.
I would still continue to find ways to test Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie if I'm Dallas.
They'll run it on second and 1. Big hole, and it's Elliott who lumbers his way out to the 46-yard line. And Ezekiel Elliott has a 13-yard run. From the 2. He slips, gives it to Elliott, works his way towards the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, at least they brought in a Super Bowl referee. Walt Anderson's officiated the biggest game, so.
Third down and 5. Elliott is going to get the first and then some. Ezekiel Elliott all the way down to the 40. And that is going to put him over 100 yards for the day. Run it again. Elliott on his feet out to the 30 and out to the 34 with 12 seconds ago.
A recovery by Dallas.
8 seconds ago, they'll run it to Elliott, who's got a big hole and gets up near midfield. And they got one timeout left, and they'll call it. Fast forward to today. It's 24-6 Dallas, and here's Ezekiel Elliott. Over 100 yards now with a big run and a first down.
11th play of the drive. Olawale in at fullback, leading the way and putting his head down and getting across the goal line for a touchdown is Elliott. It is the first touchdown of the game, and the Dallas Cowboys have the lead as the ball goes to Collins for the spike.
Here's Elliott right through the heart of the defense.
That's certainly worth keeping an eye on as we move ahead.
They hand to Elliott, who cuts back, hesitates, and drives for a first down.
I fully expect them to come out and play much better in the second half.
Here's Elliott. And now with 3 seconds left, the Cowboys will use their final timeout. Prescott. Elliott had to wait, somehow hangs on. First down, Dallas at the Green Bay 32. They give it to him, and he's going to go in for the touchdown.
Two tight ends, Jarwin and Witten on the field. And it's a give to Zeke with a blocker in front. And he dives ahead for 11 or 12 before tripped up by Marcus May. Give him 12.
Exotic blitzes.
Just a yard away out of the gun. They get the pass over to Elliott. Oh, he bobbled it for a moment, but re-grabbed it. And then gets tackled at the Jets 38.
When you don't have both tackles. With it, you have all day, you're going to be explosive.
Here is Elliott picking up the first down and a whole lot more. Big chunk down to the 34. So they're running Zeke hard.
Dak gets in there, he could keep it.
They give it to Zeke. Zeke off tackle and dives in for the Dallas touchdown.
From the 14-yard line, out of the I formation, Elliott bangs through a would-be tackler and scores. Elliott behind him. And Elliott this time is into the end zone. Making all those with Zeke in their fantasy league happy again after a momentary setback. As good as ever. Period. From the 30-yard line now, inside 2 minutes. Elliott, look at that move! Finally brought down by Jenkins. He also did Jalen Smith's knee after he was drafted and spent a year on the shelf. And a 100-yard night here for Elliott to the 35-yard line.
So excited to tip off the college basketball season. Zeke Elliott with far too much room as Bethea went for a ride. And Zeke goes for 15 yards.
Cowboys go jumbo. They're going to run it to Elliott. Elliott's going to get in. Touchdown, Dallas. Cowboys need to get down to the 10 on a third down. Pressure coming. They're going to set up the screen. It's a low throw. What a catch by Elliott. First down. Touchdown. And he's doing the Dak dance. That is great. Oh, that is great.
He has got to be a factor. I do not think the Cowboys want to get into a game where they have to rely on throwing it every down.
They screen it to him. Good blocking out in front. Big yardage on first down inside the 35. Only one target for Amari Cooper, and that was the interception by Gilmore. Elliott takes it and then lowers his shoulder and goes right through Deron Harmon.
They get together and they come up with great plans each week, and they disguise coverages as well as any team in the league.
Cooper back on the field for 2nd and 8. And screen pass. There goes Elliott with Frederick out in front. And Hyde brings him down. Elliott slips to a tackle. He's got a first down. Out to 17.
Usually it just gets a little bit less. This is a Thursday game, so it's very soon right after still.
And off, Elliott again, breaking tackles and taking it all the way to the Buffalo 45. This is going to be his longest run in weeks.
th play of the drive. Elliott, touchdown. And the Cowboys, who won the toss, took the ball, wanted to make a statement, and a statement they just made.
And Prescott reads it very well, and he waits on Cooper, and he makes a good catch.
Here's Elliott with a cutback. Breaks one, now another. takes it down inside the 30. Elliott gets it, and the touchdown. So the Cowboys turn that takeaway into 6, maybe 7, and jump back into the ball game.
The damage has come from Higbee and then Josh Reynolds, their number 4 wide receiver.
Start this possession with a handoff to Elliott.
I would think so.
Here's Elliott. He's got it for the touchdown.
First down, Dallas.
Elliott. What a half. Touchdown, Dallas. Touchdown, Elliott.
They shut down the running game. This is a challenge for this Cowboys offense.
Here's Elliott, full head of steam.
A lot of changes along that offensive line. A big loss at Seattle.
Elliott. Down to the 26. Here is Elliott, and with that surge, able to pick up the first down. Maurice Smith on the stop, and Elliott can't get up.
Future's going to be.
Unrestricted free agent to be. Here's Elliott on 2nd and 4. First down and more. Stays upright. Touchdown, Elliott. Elliott. Big carry, gets popped at the 40 on that high hit by Aaron Coleman.
And Prescott was happy about that. 2nd down and 9. Swing it to the outside. Elliott stays in bounds, and Zeke's going to take it all the way in for a touchdown. So Zeke Elliott, a guy they meanwhile with Jarwin hurt, Schultz is now the tight end, and they give it to Elliott, and he'll pick up a first down before he is ridden out by Darius Williams. 2nd and goal. Plowing ahead and getting into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point will give them the lead. That's 2 TDs tonight for Elliott. 1 on the ground and 1 through the air.
2nd and goal. To try it again, Elliott. This time he's in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Got to let Prescott keep this one.
Here's Elliott. He reaches for the touchdown. And so no decision will have to be made on 4th down as he's in from 1.
2nd and 7. Couple of fakes. Garrett pressure again. Set up a screen. Elliott got a block. Ezekiel Elliott into Cleveland territory. Well, that would make it a 2-touchdown and a field goal game if they get it. Prescott looking for it, throwing for it. Got it, Elliott. So there you go. So a 3-possession game, but they're not done yet.
Back to Elliott again, and this time he's across for the touchdown. Dalton with over 2,750 career completions, but that's the first one not as a Bengal. And look at this run for the touchdown by Ezekiel Elliott.
Game since the opener. It's a big drive for Dallas, and it starts with a big play as Zeke Elliott gets a first down.
Now Memphis, where he later came back after a career playing for Chuck Knox in Seattle as an assistant. There is Elliott slipping out of a tackle. Arizona blew him out. Take a guy, 2nd and 5. And Elliott spinning down to the 7, running behind Connor Williams.
Cowboys have gone 5 games without a first quarter touchdown. Bunch formation to the right. Pass is caught by Elliott, and he takes it in for a Dallas score. Carolina here next week to take on the Vikings.
Carolina won today. Resounding victory.
Here
Shut out the
is
Lions.
Elliott. First down and more across midfield. 3 receivers set from the 49-yard line. Up the middle, it's Elliott. First down and more. Ezekiel Elliott to the Vikings' 33-yard line.
Elliott takes it upfield, first down plus, takes it inside the 20 as he gets 13, and Chuck Clark makes the stop. And after the punt back to the Cowboys, here's Dallas down by 7, starting at their own 38. Elliott had over 50 yards in the first half, reverses field, and has a nice start to this second half. He gets 14 yards. Marlon Humphrey back in there for the Ravens. That's a good sign for them. They need him. Here's a screen for Elliott. Looking for blocking. Spins down inside the 5.
From the 10-yard line, Cowboys up 20-7. Ezekiel Elliott has a hole. And Elliott to the 30-yard line. And Zeke out of bounds at the 35.
From the 25, Cowboys back to work with Ezekiel Elliott, who picks up a first down. So the Cowboys take over from their 13-yard line. It's Elliott. Elliott stays on his feet and is finally brought down at the 44-yard line. Gain of 31 yards for Ezekiel Elliott.
But it gives a first down to Dallas at their own 31. They hand to Elliott. And he cuts upfield and gets 10 plus. Here's Elliott. He will get it. Touchdown Dallas as Elliott fought for it and has his 6th of the year. The Cowboys have their first touchdown of the day.
This was normally a quarterback in the past. It could be almost anybody. Now here goes Elliott to the outside. Around the corner he goes. A little skipping step there, and his biggest gain of the night by far.
Will go Zeke. Off the right side, he's in. Zeke Elliott with the touchdown. And again, Zach opened it up for Zeke. That pass went incomplete to Amari. As Elliott shows a burst to the Charger 46.
And the offensive line starting to wear him down.
About 6 inches from the goal. That's McGovern, and there's the fullback. Give it to Elliott. Drives it home, and for the touchdown. The Eagles have run 9 offensive plays total. 3rd and goal. Elliott. And there won't be any need to review this one. Touchdown, Cowboys.
It was going to be that kind of night for the interior of the Dallas offensive line. They knew they were in for a fight.
3rd and 17. Ezekiel Elliott. It's a lot of that yardage back. Going to bring up a 4th down.
From the 35, it is Elliott with a big hole. Ezekiel Elliott with the first down and chugging his way out to the 49. A quick 14-yard run for Zeke. They go jumbo again on a 3rd and goal. They will run it to Elliott. He's in for the touchdown. He lost the ball, but I think he crossed the goal line first. It's a score for Dallas. Yeah, letting Kellen Moore do his thing. 3 years offense coordinator, was quarterback coach before that. Elliott, huge hole. Ezekiel Elliott off to the races. Can he get there? Chin knocks him out of bounds inside the
10. They hand to Elliott. He's got it, and then some. Out of bounds across the 45, out at the 48, and a carry of 15. Handoff to Elliott, right side. And down at the 5 is Elliott, a gain of 12. Just a moment as the Cowboys take over at their 35, up by 3. Back to the ground, back to Elliott, right through the heart of the defense, still rumbling out to the 49. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews. Fake toss. And a walk-in. What a play. I think Elliott's okay. Touchdown, Dallas. How about that design?
And Wilson stacked him pretty good to allow him to do it.
Here's Elliott right side. Lot of room. Zeke. Touchdown.
Definitely got his wind knocked out. You can tell that too.
His head hit the ground and he looked dazed. Here's Elliott down to the 36.
Took him a while to get up. You're right.
Former Patriot James Devlin, by the way, completed the Boston Marathon Monday as Elliott has a wide open gap. He needed that move out to the 49.
It looked like Elliott just ran a marathon on that. I mean, wow, what a start to the drive.
It's a team that averages 455 yards a day. They've got 99 so far in this first half. Elliott back in the game at tailback. Prescott looks his way, gets it to Zeke, out across the 30, sprinting across the 40, and Ezekiel Elliott back in with a vengeance with a first down. So they will go for 2. Just going to hand it to Elliott, who is in for the 2-point conversion. So Dallas won't get shut out today. Oh yeah, look at McGovern. He lined up as a tailback. Now he's out playing, and they're just going to give it up the middle for the touchdown. Elliott for Dallas. Elliott is a single back. Give it to him, and he's in. Touchdown, Dallas. A punch to the face. Well, they've delivered the punch to the face the other way. They're going to go for 2 with Elliott. They're going to give it to him, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott tiene que salir a la izquierda por la presión. Uy, le dieron un golpazo en la cabeza a Dak Prescott. Sigue de pie Ezekiel Elliott, abandona el terreno de juego. Será 1st and 10.
But if they would have scored again, he kept it at 43, and maybe with 3 timeouts, he could have done something. Here's the handoff, and it's an easy one for Elliott, and a touchdown.
Washington was not ready for this. They rushed people out of the field, and they're going to try and sneak it in there. Second surge. No signal yet at all. I haven't seen a signal either way. There it is. He's in. 2-point conversion.
Elliott right up the gut for a touchdown. As they often do, the Cowboys take advantage of the takeaway and strike first.
Elliott back in the backfield. Give it to him. Around the left side goes Zeke. Puts his hand down. Stop inside the 1-yard line.
Was exactly his fingertips on 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. Nice patient run for big yardage, longest of the night. And Elliott, the Cowboys are across midfield, gain of 26.
That's the way Buddy Ryan used to coach it up as well.
Here is a toss to Elliott on 3rd down and 12. Gets a block, gets a first down. How about a toss on 3rd down and 12 and a big-time run as the rookie Tyler Smith was out there and delivered a block. Ferguson, the tight end, in the backfield in front of Elliott. Elliott gets it and is able to finish for the touchdown. Good answer by the Cowboys. Their first touchdown of the night.
That's the true test of how much a staff and coaches believe in their backup quarterback.
3rd down here. Rush has time. Can't find him. Elliott's wide open. He's going to walk to a first down and more. That's Elliott turning it on into Washington territory and rumbling his way inside the 40. From the 23, give it to Elliott, cuts back, good move. Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a first down.
Kayvon Wallace out of Clemson in his third year is the guy in for Gardner Johnson. Zeke's got a block. Zeke on the run. Ezekiel Elliott will score. Big drive. Cowboys get back in it. Out of the locker room. They go no huddle. They go 9 plays and 79 yards. Snap came back slow. Elliott on the run. Able to twist and turn, and they'll set up 3rd and 2 when the 4th quarter begins. Good run by Ezekiel Elliott.
But starting to settle in a little bit, it feels like.
2nd and 10. Decide to run a little option play. And Elliott's going to take it to the 25. That side was sealed by the likes of Dalton Schultz. And Zeke is slow to get up.
Well, with it being a turnover, Jim, you would expect, and you know that they're looking.
As Zeke breaks one out to the 47. Go ahead, Gene.
And bootleg means fake it and go over, and same thing here. They hand it off right up the middle.
Barniak is the fullback. It's Elliott into the end zone for the game's first touchdown. Dallas took just 3 minutes and change to go the 82 yards.
This would be a timeout if it was me after this play.
1st and goal. Back to Zeke. Touchdown, Dallas.
Imposing their will. Dak starting to get back into that rhythm. He's always been exceptional from here.
Here he is. Zeke seeks and scores. Well, that was the 9th Dallas snap in the red zone, and they got it across this time. 2nd and goal.
That's when you just run.
Here's Zeke. Spins around, stays up top on his feet, and scores.
That first down play was just Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott. I've been there. You go over the side, you're like, no, let's throw it. It'll be wide open. You're like, well, we can just run it.
Here we go.
And they're going to run it to Elliott. Up the middle and in. Touchdown, Dallas. On the run, Elliott, nice cut as a first down and more. Ezekiel Elliott across the 45.
Not DPI. You and I are having a bonding moment right here.
Absolutely.
We might as well.
Zeke turns the corner. High steps to the 5-yard line. We're going to call the play. Switch Zeke over. He's got it. And he's got it. Elliott, touchdown. Oh, are they going over to the kennel? Kennel time.
This guy can really run. Go ball, shallow crosses. They're going to need him.
Zeke, good cutback opening. Ezekiel Elliott into the secondary, dragging tacklers all the way down to the 12-yard line. Toss play to Ezekiel Elliott, breaking tackles, and finally Petrie able to bring him down.
Still got 2 timeouts.
Zeke up the middle, into the end zone for the touchdown. Elliott again, dancing up the middle. Ezekiel Elliott is in for the touchdown.
They must call this is the gold jacket formation. They got about 3 offensive line Hall of Famers on the field together.
Gonna run it to Elliott, who walks in for the touchdown. A little flip. Elliott trying to get there. He does. Good block. And then some as Elliott with a big run.
Elliott with a touchdown in 8 straight games. And does he make it 9? He does. So they stay on the ground. 10 plays, 7 of them are runs. And Dallas takes the early lead.
And I think Belichick says, that's enough. Peppers, get out there.
Here's your old teammate, Zeke Elliott, showing a burst and picking up 11.
Look at Elliott. Wow. Elliott showing some speed. That quickness got him all the way out to the 39.
Sally.
Oh, look at this. Open up for Elliott. Going around Reed, and Wilson runs down with him. There's a first down run for about 13. Looks like direct snap coming to Zeke. Will be his first touchdown as a Patriot. Going up and under. He's in for the touchdown.
You said he's got a little more juice. They should play him a little bit, huh, Jim? I think he kind of showed you on that drive.
Really good job creating that space.
7th play of the drive. It's Elliott trying to punch it in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Should we laugh? And then they let it out, and then they get serious again. They just weren't quite sure how to take McDaniel's style.
Elliott breaking through as he chisels his way through the defense. They pick up 17, first down New England.
Zeke is now in the game for the first time. And Jones flips it out. Nice play right there. And a big play for the Patriots by Zeke. Is a Mac Jones pass to Zeke. He's got blockers. Elliott. Oh, he goes down. He slides down, and he's being ruled down.
Green 18. Douglas in motion. 2nd down and 3. Fake to Douglas. First down for Elliott. Out to the 29-yard line.
They're doing the best they can.
Zappi hasn't had to play in too many wet weather games. And what a catch. Elliott one-handed. First down and more. Elliott. Electrifying play trying to jumpstart this offense.
Patriots in foreign territory. They didn't even get inside the Charger 30 last week. Floats a pass here to Zeke. Dives. Touchdown. I mean, go figure. They played 60 minutes at home last week. Don't score. Don't come close to scoring. And just like that, off the bat, 75 yards and 8 plays to take the lead. Thursday night. Win not a factor. Zappi throws. It's caught. Elliott breaks a tackle in the backfield. And Zeke having a nice night with a 16-yard gain out to the 36-yard line again.
So there some positives, at least for New England tonight.
Elliott. Well, that should take us just about to the finish line if they spot the ball for a first down.
Zappi to Zeke.
Leaps and scores. Ezekiel Elliott puts the Patriots on top. First and goal from the 6. Elliott. He'll dive and drive and score. Ezekiel Elliott, 6-yard touchdown run. As they knife their way through the number 10 defense.
Cleveland struggled, keeping people out of the red zone once they got in there.
Elliott's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. They send 5. Prescott looking, pressure. He's in trouble. Just kind of shovels it to Elliott. Oh, he's got room. Ezekiel Elliott for a first down and more. What a play by Dak Prescott to make that happen.
So first and goal for the Cowboys from the 1. Elliott the back. And Elliott works inside for the touchdown. Touchdown number 2 on the season for Ezekiel Elliott, and Dallas takes the lead.
That's a tough one. On 2nd and 7, a low throw. It's still caught by Elliott. And Ezekiel Elliott makes a man miss. Runs forward to the 42. Got 12.
Touchdown will wipe away Ezekiel Elliott in the game for the Cowboys. Zeke's got it. Elliott, touchdown Dallas. For the 83rd time as a Cowboy,